In a previous video about how to use the law of resonance to manifest what you desire, I said that I would create some other videos where I would talk about some of the things that I've consciously manifested into my life. And the one experience or manifestation that I want to talk about now is when I ended up going to the Ministry of Sound and being behind the DJ booth and having the VIP treatment. And this was an incredible night. It's got to be one of the best nights of my life. And for one of my projects, interviews with successful people, I ended up reaching out to a DJ and producer. And this was someone who I'd been a fan of for many years. And interestingly, one of his songs was Make Me Believe. And when I saw that this DJ and producer was going to be performing or headlining at the Ministry of Sound, I ended up reaching out and I thought this would be a great person to interview. And after a little while, I did hear back and ended up going to their hotel. And I met this DJ and producer, Kandi, and his agent, and I conducted the interview in his hotel room. And this was a time when he was preparing for the gig, so getting all the music ready and everything. And when I was there, he said to me, would you like to come along to the club with us and to be our guest? And at this point, I couldn't believe it, but I didn't just say, yeah, I'm coming along. I was thinking, well, hold on, how am I going to get back at the end of it? Because he was performing from about 2 until 4 or something like that. So I thought, well, how the hell am I going to get back at this time? And this was in London. So he said that we would get a taxi there and a taxi back. And after that, I said, right, I'm in. And then when I was there, we waited in the VIP area for a while, and then we went on to the main floor and into the DJ booth. And this was incredible because I've been a fan of trance music for about 2 decades now, and to be in the DJ booth with one of my favorite producers performing and having there was all kinds of alcohol there, and to hear the songs that I had appreciated for so long as well, and new ones, and just the energy of the night. I didn't have a load to drink, but I had a bit, and this obviously helped to give me the energy to keep going all this time. From when I went to London, I think it was probably about 8 o'clock until I think about 5 in the morning was when it all ended. But after that, I didn't sleep, so I did an all-nighter. I didn't sleep that night, but the next day I just felt so high. I remember seeing a friend, and I just felt so good. And this, the moment that I had was unbelievable, because if someone had said to me before, you know, you're not only going to be going to the Ministry of Sound, and I'd never been there before, but you will be in the DJ booth as well, I'd be thinking, how the hell am I going to experience that? To my mind, it was impossible. So to do that was an amazing night, and it's certainly a night that I will not be forgetting any time soon, if ever. And also saw a few other DJs, but the producer and his agent were very kind and very generous with their offer, and I was just treated like I was one of them. And it was amazing time. And at this point, I thought, well, this is it. This is never going to happen again. But I ended up going back there again and interviewing someone else. But that's for another video. But this, to me, shows that just because I believe that something is not possible, it doesn't mean that it's impossible. So I hope this story has inspired you. And perhaps there's something right now that you believe is just impossible. Your mind is not having it. As far as your mind is concerned, it will never happen. But think about my story and how something that I thought was impossible did happen. So believe. If you want to experience something or manifest something, keep believing, and don't get too caught up in your mind, because your mind is only going to be looking back on your past and rearranging what took place in your past. So if you haven't experienced something, then to your mind it is going to be impossible. So I hope that has inspired you, and keep believing that you can experience what you want to experience. If you would like to find out more about the services that I offer, please go to www.oliverjrcooper.co.uk or email me at info@oliverjrcooper.co.uk, and I'm looking forward to assisting you on your journey.